Our grade 3 example is in the blues style, and this is actually used quite broadly. The blues often implies a 12-bar chord structure with dominant 7th chords used on chords 1, 4 and 5. But many players such as B.B. King and Eric Clapton often use the term in a much broader sense, which means you get other types of tonality and you can't necessarily use the blues scale over everything. We need to be aware of these other possibilities too. Just because we see the term blues doesn't mean blues scale over everything. Our example is best considered as a blues ballad. It's in 3/4 with a shuffle feel, but it uses diatonic chords in F major rather than simply dominant 7th chord types. This means that the blues scale will probably sound a little bit too dissonant if used over this sequence. Let's have a listen to that and see what happens if we try it. So, we need to find some ideas that will work better with this sequence than the blues scale and won't sound as dissonant. Now, as the blues scale is derived from the minor pentatonic scale, how about if we tried the major pentatonic scale? So here's the major pentatonic scale in F, in 5th position. Or in 10th position. Notice that the major pentatonic scale is actually the same set of notes as the minor pentatonic scale. So in this case we're playing F major pentatonic, but it's the same set of notes as D minor pentatonic. Just as we can add an extra note to the minor pentatonic scale to give us the blues scale, what if we add that extra note to the major pentatonic scale instead? This gives us a scale known as the major blues scale. Blues players use a lot of bends. We can use bends with the blues scale, but you can also use them with the major pentatonic or major blues scales, and in fact exactly the same bends will work. So here are some bends that work well with the major pentatonic or major blues scales. We can also draw on the rest of the F major scale. Here are some phrases that mix bends, major pentatonic and major scale ideas. Now it's time to think about adding some structure to our improvisation. You should aim for some sort of sense of development. So for example, you might want to play a sparse rhythm part the first time through, then a busier rhythm part, and then a solo, and make the solo gradually get busier too. That's just one approach. You could mix it up a bit more than that, but the important thing is to go for some sort of sense of development.